Marie Diamond is a globally renowned transformational teacher, speaker, and international best-selling author. She is also the only European star in the worldwide phenomenon The Secret. Her clients include billionaires, A-list celebrities in film and music like Steven Spielberg, Rolling Stones, top-selling writers and motivational speakers like Rhonda Byrne, Jack Canfield, Bob Proctor, John Gray, top athletes and sportsmen also. For 25 years, Marie Diamond has given seminars, consultings, and trainings all over the world, and finally, she's coming to Zagreb. In this interview, she's going to tell us why she is the secret behind the secret, what did she learn about life from her near-death experience, and teach us how we can increase our happiness by changing few easy things in our home and office. At the end of the video, I have 10% discount on her Zagreb workshops for all my followers. I'm so honored and so thrilled to have Marie Diamond in my YouTube channel. Welcome, Marie.
Well, thank you so much, Ivana. I'm super happy to be with you in Croatia, and for everyone that is, listening and watching all over the world.
Thank you. We will start with the thing that impacted you the most, as I know. You were very young when you survived a horrible accident. Can you tell us what really happened?
Yeah. So I was 15 years old when I was run over by a truck, and they declared me dead, and I was resuscitated. As my mother was brought to the accident place, she insisted that they would keep trying, and I actually went to the other side. So I went to what we call the light, and they brought me into the ambulance. And I remember I was kind of hovering above my body, and I saw my mother in the ambulance, and I thought, like, that's not normal, because she was not with me when the accident happened. I was driving home from school. And so, and I remember looking at the ambulance man and thinking, wow, he looks really hot. He was like,
you're 15, this is normal.
He had blonde curly hair, and I felt so blonde at that time. So, and then I just went like through dimensions, and I went to the other side, and I did not know how long that was, but I went to the other side, and there were beings of light there, and they gave me the clear message I had to go back, that I was here to enlighten more than 500 million people. And 3 days later, I kind of woke up in the hospital, and very much injured, but that was the message I received, and I was very clear about that was like what I heard. And what I did not know at that time was that my whole face was all gone, all the skin, because I had fallen on pebbles, and that was all ripped off. And so they wanted to even if I had neurological problems, I couldn't remember the accident at all. I lost time in my life, and also I didn't have any memory anymore for short term. So they also wanted to put different skin from my thigh on my face, and I said, my mom, you can't do this. I refuse you to sign that. And she said, how will you do that? I said, I will heal myself. I had never heard about these things, so I was very Catholic as a child, but healing myself is like the saints would heal you, or God would heal you, not yourself, right? And
your belief was so strong that you will heal.
Yes, I just knew. It was not even a belief. It was just a knowing that I would heal myself. So I started putting my hands on my face, right? And 2 weeks later, I went back to school. My skin had completely returned. Now, everybody thought that was like a prayer, miracle. But, nobody really thought so much about it, because, it just happens, right? And but I was very clear that I was here to enlighten 500 million people. And so I started immediately thinking, how can I do that? So every day I would ask, how can I do this? You know, it could be by being nice to a person, because I knew I had given a second chance. I mean, I could have completely been gone.
You were given a task.
I was given a task. I was given
but you didn't know how to fulfill it then.
Not at all, right? And so I started being part of the youth movement. I started a prayer circle. I started, trying to be part of the local community, to organize things for the youth, for teenagers. So it's like, as much as I could do. And of course, praying for me and meditating. I also learned at that time very much to go deeper into meditation. I also asked my teacher. I already had a spiritual mentor since I was 7, and I asked him, what did I do wrong, right? What was it that, I was such a good girl, I was focused and I was connected with God. Like, what did I do wrong? And he just said very clearly, Marie, you had bad Fung Shui. And I thought, like, what's that? Never heard of it.
Was the first time when you heard the word Feng Shui?
Yeah, it was. And, I grew up in Belgium, in the Flemish part, Catholic upbringing, lower middle class family. I mean, nobody was talking about Feng Shui or any energy work at that time, right?
Did you think that this was some kind of a dish?
No.
You heard it for the first time?
No, I knew this teacher. He had given me already a lot of exercises and talked to me about the law of attraction. So I knew that, I had to listen. It was like part of, my normal life. So he shared with me that my environment had really affected my luck. And it was really interesting because this was the 5th accident that had happened to me since I moved into that bedroom. I almost drowned one time. There was like somebody hit a ball on me. I felt cautious, and I had also really a lot of problems. I mean, I just I fell from in the sports gym, and I had all these troubles with my legs. I mean, there was like a lot of bad luck happening already, but nothing like this, right? So he said, well, it's also for you to learn about other things. And so I started, asking my parents if I could move away from my bedroom, because it was like the bedroom given to me because of my older sister's bedroom, right? So you have the wallpaper, the colors, even I would say the paintings were still the same as like 20 years long, right? That's what happened at that time. And so I asked if I could move into my brother's bedroom, that they always had a lot of fun, a lot of friends, because not only that accident happened to me, I was also very lonely. I was a very good student, but I had no friends. And even if I had a friend, they didn't really want to be seen with me in school because I didn't have such a, very popular reputation because I was focused on mathematics and religion. So for me, I was like a nerd with like big glasses and short hair. I didn't really look like this right now. So people tried to avoid me, and even they bullied me. They sometimes beated me up. So it was not a great time for me. But the moment I moved to that other bedroom, I changed the colors because he told me which colors would be really good for me. I started activating my Feng Shui, like the energy of my room. And I started sleeping in different directions. I did draw images on paper and put them around, because at the time posters were not really in, you kind of had to make your own posters. So I put that all out there, and this shift started happening within a few weeks. I met my first boyfriend. He was the hot guy from town. Suddenly every girl from my school wanted to hang out with me, just to hang out with my boyfriend, to be honest.
Okay.
Anyhow, it all happened. And I started really seeing I was like more accepted. I was more, people were friendlier. I got a huge group of friends around me. And I really felt that it was not just my mindset that changed, but it was really affected by my environment. So these basic principles, I kept using that. And I was still focusing on really reaching enlightenment and for millions of people. And I remember when I was 18, I had this vision in a dream that I saw myself on all little screens. You're not like a big television screen, like at that time they were big.
Not like this. Like this.
There were all these little screens and like screens like this, but they were computer screens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I saw like millions of people watching me. And I thought like, wow, you know, this is really interesting. So at that time, I didn't think about, you know, becoming a speaker or a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is too far away.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I also was sharing with one of my best friends at that time what, you know, my focus was. And she said to me, Marie, there's only two ways for you. Or you can go into psychiatry because you're completely nuts. Or you can become a nun, right? Because you're so connected with God. And I told her there must be a third way. There is a third option. I just don't know what it is, right? Because nobody at that time in my country would ever speak about spirituality or speaking or writing books on that level. You know, you have no idea. So I thought, like, what if I become a lawyer and become a politician or become somebody who's a diplomat that works for the United Nations? So I thought that's where I can perhaps reach millions of people. That's why I studied law. And so I became a lawyer. And I started working for the Belgian and the European government for about 5 years, till I was 30. But I started understanding that even if I was doing some wonderful work with creating law and supporting the public for the laws to be followed, I still could feel that it was just not really uplifting myself. Mm-hmm. And so one day I really got very clear that I had to start doing this work. And I set up a consulting company, and actually the first clients I had were people from the politicians and, you know, the people I've been working with, because they've been asking for years, but Marie, how do you do it? You're always so uplifted. You're always so calm. You're always so positive. All the projects you're doing, they are always so successful. And I said, well, there are some things I do for that, right? So
they wanted to know your secret.
Yeah, they want to know my secret, right? So they actually came as private clients. And so I started, first of all, having high-profile clients, but I also felt like it's great to help people in power and that have success, but I want everybody to know. I felt like the secrets, it's not longer just to the powerful people. It needs everybody needs to have this information. So I started teaching. I started doing programs, and, you know, people from all over came. And within a few months, I had thousands of people coming to my lectures in my own country. Mm-hmm. And so after a few years, I felt like, well, that is not, you know, enough. Like, I'm not going to reach millions of people by staying in Belgium, right? That's too small.
But you became a teacher. You became a teacher. I want to ask you now, there will be people here watching, they don't know what Feng Shui is. Can you tell us in short, what is it and how can we, why is it important to have Feng Shui good Feng Shui in our lives?
Yes. So what I have learned through, you know, my years of studying about this is that Feng Shui is, first of all, stands for wind and water. It's about the flow of energy in around you. And so what I learned is that there are 3 parts of good luck. And the first part is your good luck is your what we call heavenly luck. It's like when you're born, your soul comes into this body. It has chosen your gender, chosen your family, your culture, chosen some talents to be expressed, some challenges perhaps to go through. And so the Feng Shui master said that is 1/3 of your good luck. And you can change that by prayer, by meditation, by decisions that you're making. For example, you're born in Croatia, but you decide to move somewhere else. You change your luck. Right? Positive or negative, we don't always know but we make decisions, right? Based on, or we have a great voice and we start, learning how to work with that voice. So there are gifts, but you have to still express them. So a second third is actually what most people in the self-help and the motivational, I would say, environment are talking about. It's how you think, how you feel, and what you do. So to have the right mindset, to have a grateful heart, to take action in life. So we call that human luck. And that is actually what in the movie The Secret, where 99.9% of the people talk about, right? And it's very important. It is very important, but it's also, you need a discipline every day to think positive, every day to feel, grateful, every day to feel positive and take action. I mean, it's a lot of work. Let's be honest on that, right? So, but what I then learned since I was 15, that there's an environmental piece to the law of attraction, what we call Fung Shui, and that your environment, where you live, where you sleep, where you work, has a non-stop influence on your subconscious mind that supports your conscious experience. And so that there is a scientific aspect to that. I call it the quantum physics of the environment, that, thousands of years ago, the Chinese started really understanding how the flow of qi is happening, not just in the body by looking at acupuncture or Tai Chi or Qigong, but they also could see and I would say work with and direct the energy in your environment. So Feng Shui is really using that earth luck, as we call it, the last third of your law of attraction, by using your home and your office to redirect the energy so that you can attract more success and money flow. You can attract more health, better relationships, and be more inspired. And so when I started really understanding how it influences non-stop, constantly, right? That, when you go to sleep, when you work somewhere, whatever is around you, the colors, the images, the positioning of your desk, of your bed, of your front door, the clutter you have around you, it affects you non-stop. And so when I started understanding how much it influenced and how easy that was to change, if you change your desk or you hang another image, that immediately within 3 seconds, that energy starts shifting in your environment. And we all have this experience that we go to a certain place and we're saying, I don't feel good here. You just don't know why, but there's like something about it, right? And then, people sometimes say, well, I want to redecorate, let's paint it. And they feel like, oh, I feel better after that, right? Because they're shifting something, but it doesn't just shift something around you, it shifts something in you. It shifts your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions.
So do you have some easy tip what to do in our homes, something general that can help us to attract better things in our lives? Is there something general that you can say us about Feng Shui? Perhaps what we can do to attract more money or a partner?
So think about when you come into your house. I always say to people, you open the door, think you're God, you're the universe or an angel, and you open the door. What do you see first? So is it coats that you see first, or shoes on the ground? That is actually something that tells you you're in a poverty mentality. So if you see clutter, right, you're saying, I put myself down. I always say it's like a queen, a king, a wealthy person would not have this in the front door, right? So clean that up and put images of your family, put images of lush flowers. So when you walk in, welcome yourself, Because as you're doing that, you're opening up the energy to bring wealth and abundance into your home. Okay, so that's a very easy thing to do, but with a huge change in your life. The second thing I would definitely do is always, I'm going to talk about it in my workshops, is to see the door. So when you, for example, on your desk, right, make sure you always see the incoming door. You don't have to look out of the window, because I would say money doesn't come through the window. So money comes through the door, because that's where people walk in. So even if nobody comes to your office, always position yourself that you see the door, because then immediately you open up the energy to abundance. Another thing you can immediately do is put something in gold, like a golden object or gold looking object in the southeast of your office. So take a compass, look where is the southeast, and put there a gold looking object and declutter the southeast, because whatever you have there as clutter, you will not create money. So that is money-wise, some very general tips, but they are so powerful. Now, romance, because we all have always single men and single ladies, right? So I always say to people, what do you hang above your headboard? So when you look at your bed, what hangs above that bed? And that actually affects you. Now, I was just off the phone with somebody, and she was taking the class with me in London that I'm going to teach in Zagreb, in Croatia very soon. She had this image of a single woman, right? And she said, well, I kind of liked it, but I said, it's not good, because you're saying to your husband, I want just my space. This bed is just for me. And she said, yeah, okay, I will see what I really like it. I said, why don't you hang it away and see the reaction? So, what she did instead is she actually took a picture of both of them and put it above her headboard. And she called me today and she said, Marie, it's really interesting. He has been so cuddling. He's just really like, oh, she's also in the bed, She said, we just had a 2-year-old. So she said, the cuddling had been really gone down. And I said, yes, but it's because of you. You said before, there's just space for a woman. This is the woman's energy. And now you said, hey, we're together in this bed. Let's connect more. And I said, this is one of the things we see with people if they have things in their bedroom that are stimulating the romance. There's no clutter. You remove all the single, images with single people. Also remove all the images with water, because water actually creates loneliness and creates also more depression and emotional disturbances in the bedroom, not just for grown-ups, but also for children. Yeah. And
about colors in bedroom, which colors are better?
Well, I would say I would definitely try to avoid red, because it's too fiery. Yeah, because it's too fiery. It doesn't mean you cannot put some red pillows, but not like red walls, because it's too much energy. You need to calm down. I would also avoid a blue, because it's too much water element, and then people get more emotional. So the best would be to work with earth colors, so beiges or kind of browns or yellows or oranges, even some pinks can work. Some green can work, but not too intense green. Yeah. I would also avoid white, because white is just like, it doesn't create calmness and harmony. It's blank. It's like nothing will happen in a white bedroom.
Marie, can you tell us the anecdote about Jack Canfield, one of the most popular self-help authors who wrote The Chicken Soup for the Soul? You have some great anecdote when you were in his home. Can you tell us what happened?
Yes. Well, I was sharing just before that you need to see the door, to create abundance. And so when I came into his office, he had to turn around because he was sitting watching the valley, through the window, and he was with his back to the door.
Like me now.
Like you now. Yes, you need to change things around.
I have to turn it, okay.
I have to turn it around. And so I said to him, how things been? And he said, well, it's been challenging. And I said, yeah, because, you are not seeing the opportunities, right? And so you need to make sure you turn things around. So I turned things around. And there were books everywhere, on the ground, on the bookcases. And I said, what do you really want? He said, well, lately I've just been focusing on books, but I want to teach more. Yeah. So I said, well, everybody has what we call a personal success direction, something you will learn in the workshops in Zagreb. And so I said, this is your relationship direction. This is your success direction. Let's put there everything about powerful teachers. And so we put there books about powerful teachers. He said, I also want to travel the world. And I said, okay, let's put a globe there. And I want you to spin the globe. And so a few months later, his wife called me and said, Marie, can we stop spinning the globe? And I said, why? And she said, well, he's like booked for the next year, traveling all over the world. It's like, he's never home anymore.
Please stop spinning the globe.
Stop spinning the globe. Right? So, it actually changed him, and he also became one of the top speakers in The Secret. And it's one of the reasons why people call me the secret behind the secret, because I have advised 50% of the people in The Secret, and also the creator of The Secret, with Fung Shui when their luck was down. So I added 33% of their good luck.
So you are the secret behind the secret.
Yes.
But tell us the secret. How did you go into that movie? First was a movie, and then the book.
Yes.
So how come you found yourself there?
Well, you know, when I was 38, I thought like, well, I'm not going to reach as millions of people if I stay in Belgium. So I started going to America to start teaching, first for, 2 people, then 10 people, it was like just growing. And one day I woke up with a very clear voice that I had to move within 3 weeks to America. So I called my husband and said, let's get packing, let's move to America. So I moved to America. And what happened was I wrote a little post-it note, a yellow post-it note, with on it, I'm going to be in a movie seen by millions of people that will transform the world. And I put it on my vision board in my personal success direction. Now,
you had that idea through the meditation, or you dreamt, you were dreaming about this?
No, just through meditation.
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
And so within a few weeks, I started, I also put, I can't forget that part, I also put a fake Oscar statue, and I put on it my name, Marie Diamond, and I thought like, well, 2005, Mm-hmm. So I put it there and thought like, well, I'm close to Hollywood. I was living in San Francisco. You never know what's going to happen, right? So within a few weeks, I got my first Oscar-winning client that came to me to ask for advice. And within a year, I was part of the Transformation Leadership Council that was created by Jack Canfield. So I attracted first Jack, attracted to be an advisor of John Gray, Man of from Mars, Women are from Venus, the big author, and a lot of other people. And they asked me to be one of the top 100 speakers and authors in an organization, where then the third time we came together in Aspen, Colorado. A few weeks before, I had this very clear dream that there was this woman coming to me, and she said, hi, I'm from Australia, pay attention. And so on that meeting, a woman comes sitting next to me. There was one chair left, and she said, hi, I'm Rhonda from Australia. I'm here to film and do interviews for a movie called The Secret. And I said, I pay attention. What can I do? Interview me. Now, I didn't have any famous name or something, but she was so happy with my reaction, because most people didn't want to be interviewed by her. Mm-hmm. And of course, I regret that now. But I was interviewed, and she said, you're going to be in this movie because what you're telling is something completely different. Because you're telling the law of attraction is not just in your mind, it's not in your heart, it's actually also in your environment. And I said, of course I will be in this movie. It's on my vision board. So that's how I got in The Secret.
Great. And then you became the secret behind the secret.
Yes.
This is something that you are also proud. I heard you speak a lot about the power of forgiveness. What do you think forgiveness can bring into our lives, and why is it so important?
Well, having myself a background of living in a house where there was a lot of abuse. I had a very abusive physical father. And so I knew that when he was ready to pass on when I was 25, that if I would not forgive him, that I would stay stuck with that anger and that pain. And if I really wanted to have a huge impact in the world, that I had to come in the clear. I had to really let go of everything that, made me sad and angry about him. So I forgave him the evening before he passed on. And I still think this is one of the most important things I did in my life. Because how can you be loving and compassionate and supporting others if you're still full of a toxic energy of anger and pain? And so I know also in your country, there's perhaps a lot to forgive and a lot of situations. And I cannot speak how that works, in a country, but I can say for my own life, this was the best thing I could ever do, is to forgive the one that I was totally afraid of, that tried to kill me several times, to really let go of that, and to be able to think about him, with gratitude, because he also brought me other things that were very powerful for me, but I could not see that because I was still so hold on to the anger I had towards him, because he was my number one enemy, right? So as I forgave that, I actually could open up my heart to be with people, and I would never have been who I am now and being able to support so many people worldwide if I did not forgive my greatest enemy.
Great. They say not to forgive because they deserve to be forgiven, but because you deserve to forgive. So to release all those things.
You have to do it really for yourself, because the weight that lifted up from me, the letting go of all the anger I had, I would not have been able to become my full self, my full potential, if I was holding on to that anger in me.
In the past. You said that you had near-death experience when you were 15. So what did you learn about life from your near-death experience? Can you tell us?
Well, I think what I learned from it when I woke up is that, every second is important. Everything you do, every thought you have, every feeling, every action you take is really important and can matter, not only to yourself but to others. So what I learned from it is like, I am here to make a difference, what I think we all are. Some people are here to make a difference for their children. Some people are here to make a difference for their family. Others are here to make a difference for their country or for their business. But I believe that whatever you're doing, try to do it from your heart, try to do it with the right intention, with the right dreams, and then we actually will make a change in the world. So I was given the possibility to use all my knowledge, all my experiences to make a difference in the world. So I would do this near-death experience again anytime. I mean, that opened up my vision for the world, my heart for people, and I'm still very grateful for that experience.
Good. This April you're coming to Zagreb. We all have the opportunity to learn from you on 2 of your workshops. So what will we learn there?
Yeah. So the first workshop is a few hours, so you can have a little introduction to what we call the secret to success. So I'm going to teach you like the basic things you need to do to have the right mindset and to use your environment to create that success. So this is actually what I teach everyone as a basic, and I've done this, in so many countries, in people in more than 190 countries. Hundreds and thousands of people have learned these basic things, and it totally shifted them already to open up to success and to money flow. The second workshop is, the first one is on the 21st, between 5 and 8. And that's really to start this. And then if you really want to continue, we're talking about the law of attraction of 2018. So that will be on the Sunday, the 22nd. And you can also have the 2 workshops together as a ticket. And what I'm teaching there is how to make your vision board, but not just a vision board by putting things on a paper, but based on your personal birthday. I'm going to teach.
Sorry, just one question. When you mention vision board, some people might not know what is it. So yes. What is vision board and why is it important?
Of course. So a vision board is you take a paper and you put on there your goals and the visual expression of your goals, and you put it on a paper and you hang it out. We talk about that in the secret, so that you have a focus, because people have goals. People have dreams, but they're like going in and out in your mind, and they're not happening because you forget about them. There's no focus. So a vision board, or a dream board, as people call it, is like you put it on a paper, you hang it out, and then you can see it, and you can remind yourself all the time about the goals and the expressions of it.
And now, this is something also that we will learn on your workshops, how to make that.
So how to write exactly the perfect goals, how to work with the right images and colors, because based on your personal birthday, you will have a different vision board than somebody else. You also will place your vision board in a different place. So based on your birthday, we have what we call 9 types of energy. And so there will be colors that will be different. There will be words that will be different. There will be predictions even for 2018, lessons you're learning. And so we also work on your vision board, but we also see that your home is a 3-dimensional vision board. So it's not just a paper. It's just like everything around you is a vision board. And so
I want to, just one moment, I want to show the people, I have your app, Marie.
Yes.
And this is a great way to find out your energy number. So if you have a smartphone, go there and download it. It costs around 50 kunas. And it's really something that you will use every day. And thank you for that great tool that we have in our life.
So in the seminar, I'm teaching you how to use it, right? And not just for yourself, but also for your home and in everything you're doing. So what you need to understand is that everything around you is reacting like a vision board. So the images that you have around you that, to be honest, you think they're there for 20 years, they don't impact you, they do impact you. And I'm teaching you how to find out what are the right images. So we're going to use muscle testing. We're going to really make it very, very practical. So it's going to be very motivational, but you get a lot of practical steps. And we're going to practice in the workshop how to activate your home and to make it the best home for attracting your success, wonderful relationships, wisdom, health. I mean, everything I was teaching and I was doing for the people in The Secret, and I'm using for my top celebrity clients, I pay thousands of dollars for this, you will get for a very easy price to come to Zagreb, to be with me and with people from your country to learn it, to really improve your good luck with 33%.
Can't wait to experience this. We have a few weeks to wait, so it will come soon. I know that your new book, Energy Number book, is being translated in Croatian. And when you come to Zagreb, we will be able to buy it. What can you tell us about the book?
So based on your energy number, you have activities like professional health practices that you actually need to focus on. Colors that are stronger for you than others, and also objects and items that you can work in your environment. So the book will actually help you with the courses you will learn to go home and to really create the best law of attraction home or office that you can have. So I'm super excited that the book will be translated and will be available on the workshops. And so,
not just on the workshops, people can buy it on the link. I will put them the link.
They can already have the pre-order from the book, right? They can pre-order it before they come to the workshop. And so the workshops help you to really understand all the steps. So it's like having a Feng Shui master like me, because I became a Feng Shui master. You know, have somebody like me with all the practical information. After the workshop, you can go home and practice yourself and do exactly what all my celebrity clients are doing.
Great. We will all be celebrities after this. Thank you very much. Yeah. This is just one little piece of my life that I'm so grateful to the universe that happened to me. Marie, I'm so happy that you were my guest. We learned so much from you. We will learn so much more when you come to Zagreb. And do you have some words of wisdom to share at the end of this conversation?
Well, first of all, I want to say hvala. Yeah, I hope that's it right. Thank you.
Great.
And I would just say to people, you know, start opening up to happiness. And you can do that by starting decluttering your home. So in preparation for meeting me in Zagreb, start making sure that 10-25% of whatever is around you is, you know, decluttered. Your closets, your cabinets, so that you open space for happiness to come to you.
Great. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best and hope to see you really, really soon. Bye, Marie.
Zagreb. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Hvala.
Hvala.
Dragi moji, svi vi koji želite doći na zagrebačke radionice 21. i 22.4. napišite mail na sretandan@inet.hr. Tamo pošaljete prijavu da želite doći na radionice i samo napišite da ste za radionicu saznali preko kanala Ivane Plechinger i dobit ćete 10% popusta na radionice. Vidimo se tamo, uživajte, ovo će biti stvarno ludilo, jedva čekam čuti što nas sve Marija ima za naučiti. Dragi moji, hvala vam puno što ste i danas bili ovdje i vidimo se i čujemo i iduće srijedu. Bok!